Hey Transformers fans, Adam here, back with another Transformers review. And if I've been waiting for this one, this might be the Mecha. A G1 reissued Megatron. Not from Hasbro though, but from Takara, the original toy company from Japan who made the Transformers before they even were the Transformers, and they were just a bunch of transforming robots with no interconnecting story with each other. We'll go ahead and get right into it with the close-ups. So, alright, nice close-up of the packaging here. So on the front, nice graphic of Megatron. You have a picture of him in his gun mode, a picture of him in his robot mode, and something you can do with his accessories and set up a little cannon for him when he's in his robot mode. Won't bother with that with this video though, just because he never actually did that on the show. Inside, Megatron himself in his gun mode, some of his accessories including his fusion cannon, and then some writing in Japanese that I cannot make out for the life of me. Again, this is a Takara reissue. Up top here, you have a demonstration of how to go about transforming him. On the sides, another picture of Megatron in his robot mode and his accessories. And same thing on the other side. And same thing on the bottom. Robot mode, gun mode, more Japanese writing. On the back here, usual graphic of the Transformers. And then more Japanese writing. If this is anything like the Hasbro editions, I'm guessing this is a mini bio for Megatron. And let's go ahead and open them up. Also included, by the way, were the stickers and the instructions, all in Japanese, so that really didn't do me a whole lot of good. Alright, taking off the plastic. And inside, Megatron himself in his gun mode, modeled after the Walther P-38. And yeah, this is pretty realistic looking. Probably don't want to be walking around outside with this. If you do, make sure he's in his robot mode. And they even have little pellets here that act as bullets. You load them up top here. And they do actually fire. And yeah, you can kind of see why maybe they had to get away from this design. Not exactly cool to show it to kids these days. And also inside, the fusion cannon / his scope when he's in his gun mode. And the silencer here. And then this piece that I never understood as a kid. Later on, found out it was called a stock, and it's kind of a shoulder rest for the gun. We'll get into that a little more in the video. And then a sword and a laser that I really won't bother with at all because, again, he never used these on the show. Alright, we'll move those aside. And we'll go ahead and fully assemble him in his gun mode, starting with the scope / fusion cannon. Just slide that up top here. Oop, maybe. There we go. And then the silencer. Do this in 2 stages, so stage 1 and stage 2. And then the stock here. Just slides up top. And there he is. And for a better demonstration, we'll go ahead and flip it back to the couch. So, and here he is on full display in gun mode. Again, this piece never really made much sense to me as a kid. Figured that out later on. Shoulder rest here. Use the scope. Click, click, click. Yeah, I see why they had to get away from this design. Not exactly cool to show this to kids these days. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into transforming him. So, alright, let's go ahead and transform him. Let's go ahead and take off the stock here. Move that aside. Take off the silencer. Move that aside. Next up, the handle here, that becomes his legs. Just go ahead and slide that down. The magazine here, that becomes his feet. You go ahead and move that out. And then we can separate the legs. This one will move to a more permanent position for when he's in robot mode. This one, we're going to slide all the way over for just a second. See why in a minute. Next step, move down what becomes his head here. And then what becomes his arms. Go ahead and separate them. There we go. Move them up, and we'll slide them back all the way. All right, next step. What becomes his chest here? Slide up the chest plate. And then we swing the bow around, and down and around. And now we can slide this leg into a more permanent position. And then this whole back piece here, we just bring it up, click it into place. And finally, extend his arms and his fists. And there he is, G1 Megatron, this G1 glory, ready to blast Optimus Prime. And as far as articulation goes, it's G1, yes, but there is some deceptively good articulation here, so you have some decent movement in the legs. You can mimic some walking here, and you do have some decent movement in the arms. Can't do anything with the elbows, though. They're kind of stuck in place. And then the head, yeah, kind of stuck in place also, because if you try to make them nod or move, you basically take up the whole back piece. But there he is, considered by some to be the Mecha, G1 Megatron. All right, let's go ahead and transform him back. So, first we bring back the headpiece here and the arms. Now we can go ahead and bring this leg back in, and slide the barrel back up and around, and move that back into place. Bring down the chest plate. And go ahead and bring the fist back in and the arms. Go ahead and reconnect those. Make sure everything clicks in nice and good. There we go. Move his head back up and the legs back in. And back up. And the feet back in. And back to the Walther P38. And you can even go ahead and attach the silencer and the stock. There we go. Make sure it stays together. And there we are. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. And there we have it, G1 Megatron and all of his G1 glory here. For some of us, this is the Mecha, right up there with the original Optimus, just because a hero needs a villain. And for a lot of us, Optimus and Megatron, well, they were our original heroes and villains. I really love doing these robot reviews. I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do. More robot reviews to come, don't worry. I have Starscream, Ironhide, Ratchet, and others on the way. My next video will be another watch-along, and then another robot review. Thanks again for joining me. Take care, Transformers fans. Adam here, back for another Transformers review. Today, I'll be reviewing a reissue of G1 Starscream from 1986's Transformers the Movie. Let's get into it. Starting with the packaging here. So on the front, graphic of Starscream in Bat mode and Jet mode during the siege of Autobot City. Nothing really of note on the bottom. On the side, a disclaimer in a few languages because they really want you to know that this is plastic-free packaging. On the top, a demonstration of how to transform him. On the side, pictures of Starscream in Bat mode and Jet mode. Same pictures on the back here, along with a mini bio for Starscream. And then Starscream himself here in Jet mode. Pretty much an exact duplicate from the G1s, with a few exceptions. The first and most noticeable being these giant missiles. Because since the 1980s, choke hazard laws have gotten more strict and they basically have no choice but to make these things ridiculously long. And I will almost definitely be modifying them, just like I did with my reissue Ultra Magnus. But anyway, he comes with a few other accessories here, so set them aside for a minute. So first, we have the lasers to swap out for the missiles when we transform him into a bot. And then his robot fists. And he comes with a transformed Megatron that will fit in the fist, because these fists, unlike the G1s, actually have a hole you can stick them into. Alright, set those aside for now. And we'll take a closer look at him in jet mode here. So, underneath, just like the G1s, he stares at you looking really creepy. That's one I wish I could have done something with. For comparison, let's get Studio Series Starscream out here. So yeah, definitely more detail with the Studio Series. And he's not quite staring at you looking creepy underneath. The only sacrifice with the Studio Series is this little ring here. Definitely more detailed, but I do miss the simplicity of these G1s. Much more simplistic and a lot easier to transform. Before we transform him though, the other differences between this and the OG Starscream: a much more accurate paint scheme for what he looked like in the G1 series, and also no stickers, it's all paint, which I am definitely all for. I did not miss applying no stickers and eventually having them start to peel off. But what do you think? I know there are those who prefer the stickers, so let me know in the comments, pro stickers or pro paint. But anyway, let's go ahead and transform him. Start by taking off these oversized missiles. And set those aside. And then take off the landing wheel. Set that aside. Take off the launchers. Leave them right there for now. Bring down his feet. Rotate out these fins. Rotate these wings halfway, and we'll come back to them. Bring down the cone, and then rotate out the arms. So 1 and 2. Disconnect the cone from the cabin, and rotate that through this little opening here. Bring it up the other side to bring out his face, and then move the cone all the way back. Finish rotating the wings. And then with the arms, we'll go ahead and attach the robot fists. So 1 and 2. And then reattach the launchers to his arms. And finally, instead of the oversized missiles, we'll attach the oversized lasers. Again, stupid choke hazard laws. And yeah, I will almost definitely be modifying these lasers as well. But there we have it, Starscream in bot mode. Just like I remember as a kid. And just like I remember as a kid, there's basically no articulation here. These legs, there is nothing happening. And nothing happening with the head either. The only thing you can really do with them is move his arms up and down. Use those lasers to blast some Autobots. Or Megatron, it depends on his mood of the moment. Speaking of Megatron though, let's go ahead and get him out here. So, take Megatron's top half here, attach him to the top of the fist, and then the bottom half you can attach right to the bottom of the fist. Maybe. There we go. And there they are, ready to take out our favorite Autobots just like they did in the animated movie. So, goodbye Brawn, goodbye Prowl, take that Ratchet, and Ironhide, Such heroic nonsense. Pow! Alright, let's go ahead and set those aside. Now that we just relived our childhood trauma. But, again, check out this more accurate paint scheme for what we're cooking the G1 series. And for a comparison, let's get the Studio Series Starscream back out here. And yeah, this is the toy we had as a kid that made us appreciate the toys that they would eventually become with the Studio Series. Although, we probably could have been trusted with something this good as kids. Alright. Let's go ahead and transform him back. So, take off these oversized lasers. Stupid shortcuts of laws drive me crazy. Take off the launchers. Take off the robot fists. Bring his feet back up. Halfway rotate the wings. Rotate these fins. Go ahead and bring that cone back down. Throw a little opening here. And push it back out all the way. And reattach it to the cabin. And then rotate the arms back in. Reattach the cone here. Finish rotating the wings. Reattach the launchers to the bottom of the wings. Reattach this landing wheel. As he's staring at us. Pretty creepy. And then reattach these ridiculously oversized missiles. And back to jet mode, complete with being able to open the cabin here, because when these were made in Japan before the Transformers were the Transformers, they did have human pilots. Oop, and make sure everything stays attached. There we go. All right, that'll about wrap it up for this video. Join me again for our next one. Until then, take care, Transformers fans.